JR the Bossman show, talking to the new head coach, South Dakota State, the Jackrabbits, Coach Eric Nielsen. Coach, he told me off air that you guys had 8 inches of snow, man. I can't even imagine having to deal with that, man.
Yeah, let me tell you, my man, it is miserable. Miserable. That's not supposed to happen in April here, but you know what? We got some tough people around here. We go through it.
You got that right, man. And Coach, let me ask you now, Coach, I'm going to start you off something, difficult, I guess, because, I'm a Florida guy. A lot of players down in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, down. How do you tell a guy like me, how do you tell us on South Dakota State to come play up there? We deal with that kind of snow and cold, man.
Hey, JR, basketball is an indoor sport. It's an indoor sport, so no, that's one of the ways we sell it, but when you've been to 5 of the last 8 NCAA tournaments and you've had a tradition that we've had and we've had some success, people want to be part of winners. And so that's how you do it, baby. You try to sell that dream of that NCAA tournament that so many young kids have. And we've been fortunate enough that we can keep that going for a little bit.
And you guys pretty much own the Summit League. I mean, under Coach Alsenberg, under the previous coach, South Dakota State is known getting that tournament, getting that bit down. So being able to keep you, I thought was very important, Coach, because you want to keep that train going. You know how it is. You know how to get the job done. You've been an associate head coach. Hiring you was the right move in my mind. And you kind of feel if Coach Alsenberg got a job elsewhere that you would be the man that they would call up?
Well, I think continuity is important. And we were able to, keep that with them, hiring me, and we were able to keep 3 other staff members as well. And that comfortability that our players had with all of those guys returning, I think was really, really important. Of course, there's always going to be a little bit of change in turnover when there is a change in the staff as well. So I do feel like, our guys are excited about that continuity, and they understand what has the success has been built on, and so do we. So I do believe that continuity is important, and fortunately, like you said, Justin Sell, our athletic director, and President Dunn had that confidence in me and the rest of the staff that are staying, that we can keep this train rolling.
And Coach, I know you probably took a little bit of the system, so. How much different would the system be now that you're the head man now, not making suggestions or making decisions now?
Yeah, that's a great question, JR. There's going to be a lot of similarities. We were fortunate enough to have some of the best scorers in the country last year, with Mike Don being a top 10 scorer in the NCAA history. And, so we were unique that way. We were, a lot more of an offensive-oriented team where we could outscore a lot of teams. I think going forward, and a lot of it has to do with personnel and the graduation of Mike and stuff like that. But we're going to have to be more balanced. We're going to have to be able to win in multiple ways. And I think you're going to be able to see that, with an energy level on the defensive end of the floor, and like I said before, giving us multiple ways to win. And we've been able to do that in the past, this last couple of years, being such elite scorers, that's where we kind of, hung our hat. But I think going forward, you're going to be able to see us win in multiple ways.
Coach, tell me about Mike. Do you think he'll be an NBA player next year? Do you think that's his next move is probably NBA, or do you think he'll be an overseas guy maybe?
That's what time will tell, to be honest with you. Mike has that unique ability to stretch the floor as a 6'8", 6'9" dude that has a 7'3" wingspan. And he has that great equalizer that so many NBA teams value at a really high level, and that's the ability to make shots anywhere on the floor. He has great hands. He has great touch. I know Mike's passion and drive to get better are things that, help people succeed. And, time will tell, but I do believe Mike will get a shake. And you know what? That's for an opportunity. And, we'll see what happens with that.
Let have him in Atlanta. We need some more shooters around here. Let him with the Hawks. We need some shooters around here. To help
I think
out.
He'll go in and make money now.
Yeah, you got that right.
Yeah, Trey needs some, yeah.
We need Trey to get some assists today. Throw the mic in the corner for a corner of threes. Pick and roll with John Collins, 3-pointer. I can see it happening, man. I can see it.
Space that floor, baby. Space that floor.
You got that right. And Coach, South Dakota State to me, Coach, is a great spot because you guys can take JUCO guys, transfer guys, grad transfer guys, high school seniors. You all can take anybody, and with your program being a national brand to me now, with since you guys have, so how you gonna kind of approach it to kind of figure out the way on the roster you could add a guy with be a grad transfer or JUCO guy or a sit two play or sit one play play two guy or high school senior. So how are you looking about attacking and building this roster to balance it out, keeping the continuity for years to come?
Yeah, like you said, Jr. We're open to anything. Whether it's a transfer, whether it's a JUCO, whether it's a grad transfer, a guy that has to sit, or a high school kid. We're looking for guys that understand and respect South Dakota State and understand the importance of basketball to our school and what we stand for. It doesn't matter if they're from Atlanta, Georgia. It doesn't matter if they're from Brookings, South Dakota. It doesn't matter if they're from Chicago, Illinois, or wherever, or if they're a JUCO transfer or whatever. We want guys that want to be here, that want to work and want to get better every single day. And that's the guys we're looking for, and are just selfless. That's how we've built this program. That's how we've went to 5 of the last 8 NCAA tournaments and have had the success we've had, and that part's not going to change.
And Coach, at your level, I think it's so important for player development and skill development of the young men. And this time of year, the springtime, summertime, and the early fall, it's time to develop the guys as players, as young men, and grow their games, grow their bodies, and grow their minds. So, how are you approaching this spring? We're taking over here and kind of getting these guys up in action for the summer and fall here and then spring here to get themselves ready for next season under you.
Yeah, we've done a lot of obviously skill development type stuff, and we've also done a little bit of competing this spring. That's something that we haven't done a lot in the past, but we are going to play a bunch of guys that haven't had a ton of experience. So to be able to get back out on the floor and compete, and understand the level that you do have to compete at to be successful is really, really important for us moving forward. So just teaching that expectation of the competitive level that you need to have has been something that we really focused on, along with the skill development this spring. And our guys have just relished in it, to be honest with you. And they're crushing it in the weight room. And this is a time for personal gains. And there's a selfless piece to it, but also this is where you do see those gains. And whether it's in the weight room and you're adding strength, or on the floor where you're working on a move that you want to be able to utilize next year. So that's kind of how we're approaching this spring, and we'll do similar things this summer as well.
And having 4 hours up from 2 hours from previous years has to help, because I feel like 2 hours is like too little time. But having 4 a little bit better can get on the court, the guys, give them some more weight room work as well, because they can get stronger. I feel like the more time they can spend with their coaches, the better. But they actually got to put in the work on their own too, of course. But having you guys kind of give them that direction helps as well.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. I think certain teams, it's more valuable than others. And our team going forward next year, it's going to be extremely valuable. We're bringing in six new guys that need to be integrated into our program, and to be able to have that time this summer to be able to help buffer that zone or whatever before they have to compete for real is huge for us, especially this year, when we have so many new guys. If you have a returning veteran team, sometimes you have to monitor that with some rest and some time away and some clear their mind type stuff. But for us, we're building relationships. We're building trust this year. We're creating bonds that will help us, when times get tough during games, that you can trust and rely on your teammates. So this summer and fall is going to be huge with those extra time that we're able to have.
And now, Coach Henderson, do you feel like non-conference scheduling-wise, you keep it kind of the same the way it was on the Coach Alsenberger, kind of trying to find great games, but guys really don't want to play you guys because you have been so good. So I can imagine how hard it was for you to get games anyway because you guys are being good. So how you consider going about scheduling non-conference going forward, since you're the man with the plan now?
Well, this, JR, we're a little bit more of a hot commodity now. Frank, a little bit more willing to play. So, but we want to play the best. We want to play the best. We want to challenge ourselves in the preseason, which will help us prepare for league play. We're willing to go about anywhere and challenge ourselves. And we got to we're going to put some high majors on there, some great neutral games against some light competition. So we're really excited about what we have in front of us, and it's going to be very similar to what we've done in the past.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain Georgia Tech don't want to play you guys. I'm pretty sure. I've asked off the record, and I didn't get a great answer.
Yeah, hey, if you can help in any way, we're in, man. We're in.
All right, hey, just pay for their travel, give them a few $100,000 to go back with, and see what happens. I'm just trying to help out, man. I'm trying to help out my guys in non-conference. I'm trying to help them out, man. Come on, do it. But no, I got to look. Hey, really? They're good. We don't want to take a risk of a loss at home. It was funny. I asked out, but it was funny, man. I just kept saying, yeah, I would do the same thing about your shoes, but I get
it. Yeah, for sure.
But Coach, but your league to me is a good league because I had on Coach Kaufman, who's from down here in Georgia. At Fort Wayne, I know Rodney Billups is trying to build up Denver as well. You guys great. You got South Dakota got the old coach that was before Craig Smith was there. He's back, alma mater there. So I feel like you guys got a lot of great teams in your league, man. And I feel like the league's growing. Omaha played well this year as well. So to me, the league is getting tougher by the year, and the talent is getting better. The coaching is getting better each year in your league. So I can imagine each night out there, it's a dogfight to get those wins, man.
Oh, it's the best. It's fun. That's what you want. You want a competitive league, whether it's, like you said, a lot of those guys, and you can even mention the team that went to the tournament this year at North Dakota State, so teams are, very, very competitive. It's for the most part very regional. So there is some tradition with a lot of these games that have taken place a long time. And that's really special for our fans. It's one of the best every year. It's one of the best 3-point shooting leagues in the country. So to be able to, be able to hang your hat on some things is pretty special. And night in and night out, you're going to be challenged, whether you're at home or on the road, and you're gonna have to, expect your guys to show up and compete. And that's been a fun deal for us.
Yes, indeed. Now, Coach, I'll ask you guys about rule changes. The NIT experimented with some rules this year, kind of doing the resetting of the fouls, the widening of the lanes, extending the three-point line. But also, Coach, I like the 20-second shot clock, maybe advancing the ball into the game's playing quarters. So, is there anything that you want to see the game maybe tweak a little bit to make the game more succinct with the FIBA and NBA or like the way it is? So, I'd like to get your opinion on that as well, Coach.
Yeah, I'm all for that, to bring a little bit of unity to it, to be honest with you. We played in the NIT this year against Texas and lost a heartbreaker down there. And honestly, I love the rules of, playing the quarters and resetting the foul situations and no one-on-ones and widening of the lanes for spacing purposes. And like you said, just the unity, I think, is important. Do I have strong feelings on it? I wouldn't necessarily say it's strong. I'm going to play by the rules given to us. But if we did have a little bit of unity, I'd be all for that, to be real honest.
That's what I got for you, Coach. I know it's been crazy since you took over this job, man. So how are your days typically? Are they real busy? Are you trying to meet with boosters, meet with fans, meet with alumni, trying to do practice plan for the workouts? How busy has it been for you since you took over this gig, man?
Well, I'll tell you what, JR, what's not been a lot of, and that's sleep. So that's you can kind of count a lot of that out. But honestly, working with Coach Otzelberger, one thing that I probably respect about him more than anything else is, our program is about our players. And every decision that we make is about our players and helping that experience that they can have at South Dakota State even better. And, so that's what my mind is used to. That's what my mind and decisions are made from, is our guys. So to be able to spend time with them, whether it's in the office hanging out, on the court working out, watching them in the weight room, those times are special to me, and that will never change here.
Well, Coach Henderson, I look forward to watching your team this year, man. I know you do a great job. I love your energy. I'm glad they gave tagged you to be the man to take over the program. I know Coach Hodges come on the show when he was the coach there, and I always had a relationship with you guys and your program. So look forward to seeing you guys rebound this shit. Hopefully punch that ticket to the big dance, man, and keep this train rolling up there in Brookings.
You got that, my man. I appreciate you having me on the show. You let me know anytime. I'll be ready to join.
No doubt, Coach. Have a good one, man. Talk to you real soon, buddy.
For all your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Hey there, your yard took a real beating this summer. Luckily, Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard has your back. Just feed your grass with Scott's again this fall when the air is cool and the soil is warm. It's the perfect time to give your lawn a boost. If you do, Winter Guard will give your yard the nourishment it needs to help weak, thin grass recover and support root growth, giving you a greener, more resilient lawn both now and next spring. Guaranteed. Grab a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard today. You'll be back to barbecuing in no time. This is a Scott's Yard.
Hey parents, we all try to be extra careful with our children in the car, but then we get an important call or text. Remember, our children are watching. Make every drive a good example. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today. True Speech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it. Get it.
A gorgeous tan from Suntan City gives you an inner glow that relights the fire when you run into your first crush.
Vicky, who was that?
An old boyfriend.
Lucky you just tanned at Suntan City.
Lucky he's single. We're doing lunch tomorrow.
Won't be single for long then.
During Tour of the City, try all 5 tans, including spray tan, for just $4.99. Restrictions may apply. Click to buy now.
When you're a teen, you finally get to make some of your own decisions. Who are you going to hang out with? What do you want to be? Are you going to glance at that text while driving? Remember, a split second is all it takes for something tragic to happen. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
It's maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer. All the stars are closer.
Tell me what you gonna do to me. Confrontation ain't nothing new to me. You could bring a bullet, bring a sword, bring a morgue, but you can't bring the truth to me.
Alexa, play Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
Okay.
With Amazon Music, a voice is all you need. Get tens of millions of songs. Download the Amazon Music app today.
Yeah, it's your man JC, the host with the most, baby, and it goes down each and every Saturday night right here in the city of Memphis. That's right, y'all. It goes down at Clicks Sports Bar Memphis, baby. 3705 Malco Way, Memphis, Tennessee, 38125. Come out and join us, the Three Kings, each and every Saturday night for the livest karaoke in the city. Everybody gets in free till 10 p.m. Only $5 after. Great food. We got drink specials. We got all kind of games, man. We got the pool tables popping. Whatever you want, we got you, man. Come on out. Have a good time with us each and every Saturday night. That's Clicks Sports Bar, Memphis.
All right, folks, the Gerald the Bossman Show, joined by the new head coach of the UMCK Kangaroos, Coach Billy Donald on the Bossman Show. Coach, how's it out there for you, man, KC?
Oh, it's great. Love being here. Really excited about the opportunity. Kansas City is one of the best, cities in our country. Great barbecue, great people, sports town, blue collar town. Just need to win some games. I think we'll get the kind of support that we want.
Yes, indeed, Coach. What about this administration and the program itself that made you decide to take this job? I know you was at Wright State previously. You've been an assistant around college basketball, man. You're very much known in the business, and you're a rising star for many years. So what position really made you say, hey, I want to go to KC and take the job and turn this program around?
Well, 3 of my last 4 jobs, UNC Wilmington, where I played, Wright State, and Northwestern, and then obviously I coached in Michigan. Those were places where you get a chance to be a trailblazer, where there wasn't a lot of winning, there wasn't a lot of tradition. You get to go somewhere and be a part of what we would call the founding fathers of the program. And, certainly what Coach Collins has done at Northwestern, taking them to their first ever NCAA tournament. My 10 years at Wright State, we finished third or better in the league 7 or 8 times. We played 5 championship games in 10 years. Unfortunately, our record, we were 1-4. We needed to win more of those. And then at Wilmington, when I went there as a player, they'd never won a championship, and we won 2 when I was there as a player, and then when I went back as an assistant, we won 4 in 4 years. And I see a lot of the similarities. UMKC had everything. It's a great school academically. We've got the Block School of Business, which is named after H&R, the H&R Block family, and our computing engineering program is nationally ranked. Our music school is one of the best in the world, and we're in a beautiful suburb of Kansas City, about 12 minutes from downtown. The area it's a basketball savvy, it's a sports savvy area. The only thing that it hasn't had is tradition. Once you prove you can win, I think when kids and families see that everything else UMKC has to offer, it's a diverse campus, small classroom sizes for intimate learning opportunities. Those were all the things that drew me to UMKC. And then our athletic director, Brandon Martin, Dr. Martin, played at Southern Cal and played for one of the legends in George Raveling while he was there. And all those things matter. And the other thing is our women's program. Coach Hoyt's done a great job in just 2 years, and they're winning. So certainly don't see why we can't do it on the men's side.
Exactly, Coach. Like I said, you're in a great town, a great university, and guys that want to come there and play. Because, a lot of now these younger generation, I'm in my 30s, but a lot of guys know about the town, the life, the experience. So being in a city like KC with all the sports around it, the great barbecue, to me, it's a great recruiting pitch already, and that you can grow there. You can build the foundation. You've shown you can win. You've been at big places and won in Power 5 schools as an assistant and as a coach. So I feel like you're in a great spot with your experience and where your background is. Guys will buy into what you're trying to teach us and sell them to get them to come to KC, play for you guys, and then the rules there.
No, there's no question. It's a place where, the league is really good. New Mexico State's been the best team. Chris Jans has done a really good job. But just 3 years ago, the league was the 25th rated league in the country. This year was 14th. So there's been a huge upward climb. You're entering the league with it starting to peak. It's beginning its peak. And all those things are exciting. And I love the travel of the league. You get to go to some of the best cities in the country. I wish it was a little more East Coast, but, we go to Los Angeles, we go to Seattle, we go to Chicago, we go to Phoenix, we go to Salt Lake. Then obviously we have New Mexico State, and we head down to Texas. So it's exciting. And there is something special about doing something that's never been done, because as I tell our guys, if we go to the NCAA tournament in 2020, 10 years later, there'll be a reunion for the first ever team that went at UMKC. And if you go again in 2021, there won't be a reunion 10 years later. When you're the first, you get all the bragging rights, you get all the accolades. So that's something, certainly the goal that we need to attain as quickly as we can.
And, Coach, getting the job early as you did, you got time to bond with the players, recruit your own guys, keep some guys leaving out the program. A lot of times take over a job, guys are bound to transfer out of the program. You get a chance to kind of build a bond with the guys, keep them there. So I know you feel good about that. Also be able to get on the court with the guys and kind of show the guys what you're about, get a feel for what the kind of guys you have on your roster, how you want to form a team going to the summer and the fall there.
No question. I mean, being here, this is the start of a third week. And, when they let the previous coach go, those kids were disappointed. They were playing for a man that had recruited them and showed them a lot of love. And 10 guys put themselves in the portal, and 7 of those 10 after a couple weeks with our program, our culture, our values, our family first forever. Once you become a part of the UMKC family, you're part of our family for life. We want to go to your weddings. We want to hear, when you're getting ready to have children, and we want to help you through some of the down times. I've been fired. Most people, it happens to them in their lives, and we want to be one of the first phone calls to help them pick themselves up. And the second thing is we want to emphasize a winning work ethic, and then the third is to be a person of character. And I think our guys, with how we run it the first couple weeks, have enjoyed the workouts. They're challenging, they get you better. So 7 of those guys have taken themselves out of the portal, and that's really exciting news for our program. And we do have one person committed. So we're working, hiring a staff, doing all those things. So it's an exciting time for us. We're going to need to get some good players and get better because the league is so good.
Yes, indeed, Coach. I've noticed that the league is getting better over the years itself. And Coach, I know you get happy to have 4 hours now, up from 2 hours. I know you guys only had 2 hours previously, but having 4 there, you can really help those guys and really get those guys, get them on skill development, get them on play development plans you want them to be on, and really help those guys have even more fun, compete, and get better mentally, physically, and emotionally to be good for you when it comes to October and November this year.
Yeah, it's a great point you bring up, and one of the best parts about it is, when you're in season, you're really trying to develop a team when you're in season. So when you start practices now, basically the end of September, early October, it's a lot of things to dedicate to the team. And in preseason and the postseason, with only 2 hours a week, it just wasn't enough time. And that's where you can build relationship with individual guys as a head coach or assistant coaches. Those 4 hours a week, that's 4 days. If you do an hour a day, that's 4 days a week where you're in the gym. And, we do smaller groups, so we just focus on 2 or 3 guys in each group. And, those guys can see that we take their individual games, very, very seriously. And it was a little harder to do with only 2 hours a week. So I'm really glad that rule change happened, and I think most coaches are as well.
And, Coach, I also feel like at your school, man, you can get high school seniors. You can also get transfer guys. You can get JUCO guys, grad transfer guys, go international if you want to. I feel like in case you can kind of go after anybody who you want to. Anybody you've been right in the middle of the country, pretty much. You can go East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, South, and Northwest, and kind of be in the middle and get anybody you want to. Know the recruiting budget may not be for you what you to go everywhere you want to go, but you can just pitch it and say, "Hey, we're here in the middle of the country, not too far from either way you want to go. Where you're from."
Well, without question, the first thing we got to do in recruiting is we got to build a fortress around Kansas City in this area, Kansas, Missouri. There's so many great high school coaches, so many great summer programs. There's to your point, great junior colleges in our state and in the neighboring states. There's plenty of talent. We've got to build that fortress. We've got to get kids here. And if they make a decision to go somewhere else and it doesn't work out, we've got to be the school they want to come back to on the bounce back. But no question, Kansas City, our education, the diversity of our campus, the people here are incredible. Their passion for UMKC, their passion for students to excel in every aspect of life is something to see when you're on campus and you're meeting with different people from different departments. It's a place that we can also recruit nationally, and we're excited to because we're centrally located in the country, and that's also a big positive in terms of our recruiting.
And non-conference scheduling-wise, Coach, I feel like you got a lot of great schools out there in the Midwest that will play you guys. You can challenge your team in non-conference, get those guys ready for that whack play because those teams are tough in the league, as we just discussed earlier in the conversation we had. So how do you see it's going about scheduling non-conference? Next year's probably already done for you, but going after that in 2020, how do you see yourself trying to schedule those games for your roster?
Always got to have a balance. We're going to play some teams from the Power 5 every year, and certainly play some teams that are just like us. And then play teams that are different, and we want our guys to experience the country and
take some trips, whether it's for an MTE tournament somewhere or Puerto Rico, Bahamas, California. We're going to do those things, but we're going to play a well-balanced diet in terms of the schedule, in terms of who we play, every year. And I think it's a schedule our fans will be excited about and appreciative of.
Yes, indeed. And I'd like to ask the coaches about this when I first talked to them. Like, who are some coaches and individuals who really helped you mold you as a player and as a coach now as you lead this program here going forward?
Well, it's the amazing thing. It's a great question. Excuse me. I went to listen to a legendary football coach speak at the University of Dayton, and he asked everybody in the room to stand up if they had three coaches, three people in their lives outside of their parents or immediate family that made an impact. Everybody stood up and thought of three people, and it could have been anybody. It could have been a teacher, and they said, "Well, how many of them are coaches?" If you have one that's a coach, remain standing, and then the next one is if you have two that's a coach, remain standing. So if you had one that was a coach, the whole room remained standing. And I'd say if two of the three were coaches, 70% of the room remained standing. And then 3 out of 3 that were coaches it was about 10% of the room. But it's remarkable the impact. From my junior high coach Dudley Brown to my high school coach Brian James and Vince Carter, not the player, a different Vince Carter out of Chicago, and then my college coach Jerry Wainwright, his assistant was my assistant Brad Burnell, who's now the head coach at Clemson, who I worked for 8 years. And then obviously the time with John Beilein at Michigan, who belongs in the Hall of Fame. He's an even better person. He's a remarkable coach. This 5 guys playing 5 guys outside of the perimeter, playing smaller guys at the center. That's all John Beilein. He's been doing it since the 70s. And certainly Chris Collins at Northwestern, a guy that I grew up with, is a phenomenal coach. So, but nobody's had a greater impact on me in my career than my dad, who was a coach for 35 years. So I've been really, really fortunate to be a coach's son. My dad coached at Providence College. He recruited Billy Donovan there, Coach Billy there with Coach Pitino, and then he went to Northwestern for a guy in his own right who was a legend in Bill Foster. So been really blessed to be around some great coaches and learn so much from them. And hopefully the biggest thing is that our players learn the value of hard work and having great character and integrity the way that those coaches taught me.
And Coach, I can also share a sentiment with you because Frankie Allen and Sal Alexander are still two people who really helped mold me in my life today, who I still have relationships with, who I love them both to death. Because Coach Allen, and when I was going through junior high school, and Coach Sy taking over Tennessee State really helped me to be where I'm at today, both radio-wise and life-wise. And I can thank those guys enough for helping me out through my life is to get me where I'm at. So I can definitely echo the sentiments that you said, Coach, right there.
Well, yeah, we all can relate, right? It's amazing what coaches do for us over the course of our life, and I think the impact that they have on us it's generational. When you have children, you're teaching the same lessons that those coaches taught us to our children, and that's why you coach. So the competitions are great. Playing in those games, having practices, they're great. I mean, it's a big reason why you coach, but the ultimate reason why we coach, why it's not a job for us, it's a vocation, it's a calling, is the relationships and the impact that you get to have on young people, hopefully for the rest of their lives.
Amen to that, Coach. And I also want to run this by you, Coach. I covered out the NIT games this offseason here, this season here, and I saw the rule changes. They were experimenting with the extending the lane there, the extending 3-point line, resetting the fouls to 5 or 10 minute mark of the halves. And so I want to see, are you one of those coaches who wanted to see them tweak the rules a little bit, maybe go to quarters, maybe let you advance the ball with a timeout, shorten the shot clock a bit? So are those things you want to see in the game going forward, next rule cycle, where they change the rules and update the rules there?
What I will say is that for sure I'm in favor of going to quarters. We're the only men's college basketball is the only basketball played in the world anymore that's not quarters. Europe, the women's game, high school game, the pro game, they all play quarters. And I think we need to go to quarters. And at our National Association of Coaches meeting at the Final Four 2 weeks ago, one of the things, and this was a great point, Bob McKillop, they played in the NIT this year at Davidson, the head coach at Davidson, and Coach McKillop said he thought it was real important for all of us coaches that didn't play in it, call other coaches that did, because you do have a different perspective if you've played in it versus if you just watch it. And that is something I'm going to do. I'm going to call some of the guys that play in the NIT to get their thoughts on some of the other rule changes, like advancing the ball. I see both sides of that. I think it's great for the fans. It's great at the end of the game. It makes it more exciting. but is that justified, to the defense? When you're on defense, the other team gets to call timeout and advance it to half court or to the side out, like they do in the NBA. I can see both sides. I want to talk to some people that have actually lived it. The widening of the lane, there's negatives to that too, because as physical as the game is, now you're talking about the low post players being even further out. Does that hurt offense and help defense? Well, those are great points. And I don't consider myself a traditionalist in every aspect. Certainly, our game needs to always be growing with development of the athlete that is happening now, and certainly from a fan standpoint, we want our fans to enjoy, appreciate, be excited about the game.
Yes, and with Coach Donlin, I thank you so much for your time today. And I look forward to seeing you guys play this year. Hope you guys play some non-conference towards Georgia way if possible. But because I'll love to see you guys come close down here, man. But when I'm not with the Atlanta Hawks, if we definitely come out there to Indiana if you close, I'll try to come out there and see you guys play this year, man. Because the Hawks and Falcons keep me busy on the road during the fall and spring in one time. But if I can find a way to get there, to come see you guys play in case I love the barbecue there. I love the atmosphere coming to see a Chief game as well, so I love the city, man. It's a great town.
Yeah, it's a great city. If you make it out here, the barbecue's on me. I got you. So hopefully we can get out to see you for a game, and really appreciate you having me on. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome, Coach. Hey, anytime, Coach. Love to have your show again. Feel free, man. If you have a guy from Atlanta you want to discuss on the show, or if nice kids you get, I love to talk to him on the show with you as well, man. Because love helping out me and Magic Schools get the exposure. That's what we do here on the Bossman show, Coach.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. It's awesome that you do it. Thank you so much.
All right, Coach. Have a great talk to you real soon, man.
All right. We'll talk soon.
All right.
For all your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, Bluberry, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Hey there, your yard took a real beating this summer. Luckily, Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard has your back. Just feed your grass with Scott's again this fall when the air is cool and the soil is warm. It's the perfect time to give your lawn a boost. If you do, Winter Guard will give your yard the nourishment it needs to help weak, thin grass recover and support root growth, giving you a greener, more resilient lawn both now and next spring. Guaranteed. Grab a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard today. You'll be back to barbecuing in no time. This is a Scott's Yard.
Hey parents, we all try to be extra careful with our children in the car, but then we get an important call or text. Remember, our children are watching. Make every drive a good example. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our Teen Driver Safety Program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today. True Speech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it. Get it.
A gorgeous tan from Suntan City gives you an inner glow that relights the fire when you run into your first crush.
Vicky, who was that?
An old boyfriend.
Lucky you just tanned at Suntan City.
Lucky he's single. We're doing lunch tomorrow.
Won't be single for long then.
During Tour of the City, try all 5 tans, including spray tan, for just $4.99. Restrictions may apply. Click to buy now.
When you're a teen, you finally get to make some of your own decisions. Who are you going to hang out with? What do you want to be? Are you going to glance at that text while driving? Remember, a split second is all it takes for something tragic to happen. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
It's maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer. All the stars are closer.
Tell me what you gonna do to me. Confrontation ain't nothing new to me. You could bring a bullet, bring a sword, bring a morgue, but you can't bring the truth to me.
Alexa, play Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
Okay.
Maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer.
With Amazon Music, a voice is all you need. Get tens of millions of songs. Download the Amazon Music app today.
Yeah, it's your man JC, the host with the most, baby, and it goes down each and every Saturday night right here in the city of Memphis. That's right, y'all. It goes down at Clicks Sports Bar Memphis, baby. 3705 Malco Way, Memphis, Tennessee, 38125. Come out and join us, the Three Kings, each and every Saturday night for the livest karaoke in the city. Everybody gets in free till 10 p.m. Only $5 after. Great food. We got drink specials. We got all kind of games, man. We got the pool tables popping. Whatever you want, we got you, man. Come on out. Have a good time with us each and every Saturday night. That's Clicks Sports Bar, Memphis.
All right, folks, the JR the Bossman show. Got one of my good buddies on the show with me, Fox Sports South and Grizzlies Fox Sports Southeast correspondent, my man Dean on the Bossman show. Phil, long time no see on the show, man. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, Bossman. Good to hear from you again.
Yes, indeed. Well, Phil, I had to come talk to you because you are my guy. Memphis knows what's going on, man. So last week, Media Day is going on, nice and cool. Chris Wallace was talking about the future, so JB, Mr. Afton, around about 1:30 your time, I'm seeing things on Twitter and getting text messages about JB's being fired and Chris Wallace has been reassigned, and it all hell broke loose in Memphis. So, were you all hearing this buzz on when the Warriors were in town on the 10th playing you guys? Did y'all hear that there was going to be something crazy on Thursday, or it just shocked you guys as well?
Shocked, yes, considering that they both went into the exit interviews and addressed the media saying, this is where we're going, and JB's going to be the head coach still. When Chris Wallace said to the media that we don't know what the direction is right now, we don't know what the plan is ahead, that kind of threw everybody off of just like, but you're the general manager. You're the one that should be guiding that direction. If you don't know what's going on, then something's wrong. And about 2 hours later or so, Chris Wallace was demoted and JB Bickerstaff was gone.
Yeah, and I feel bad for JB. He can't get a good shake or anything, whether it be in Charlotte, whether it be in Houston and Memphis. I mean, the guy's an NBA coach. I know he's younger and growing, but give the guy a chance,
Yeah, and it was really disappointing because what JB had done since the Gasol trade, he had really brought that team together and was able to use the pieces as they did. I mean, in March, they finished, they had a winning percentage for the whole month of March, which was very shocking considering what they had gave up for Marc Gasol, but they brought in guys like DJ Miles, Jonas Valanciunas, and Noah Wright. They were able to you could see that the ship was starting to go in the right direction, and now you're taking your captain off the boat now. So I really hope JB gets another shot as a head coach then.
Yes, indeed. And DeLon Wright, to me, played really well. I watched the game against the Mavericks. Now, I was cheering for a Mavericks win for obvious reasons. But because I need them to not get that pick. So I was but he played triple doubles and all those back-to-back games. He was in control of the team and the floor. Javon Carter showed up against the Warriors in a major way. I saw development in the Grizz players. And I know when you got JJB, the thing was a player development guy. He signed a 3-year extension. I know he wasn't paid the most as a coach. You pay a coach, but still, it's like last year you gave him this job. You talk about player development. He's gonna help us move to the next direction. And I find in Memphis, the coach upheaval stops all progress. If you ask me.
Absolutely. I mean, the progress that he did with DeLon Wright once he came here is amazing. I mean, for him to get 3 triple doubles at the end of the season, I mean, it's for a guy like DeLon Wright. I mean, I've always admired DeLon Wright, but I didn't see him as a triple double guy in the NBA. And I think that's one thing that's someone's going to grab JB Bickerstaff as an assistant coach very soon, because he's one of the most well-respected assistant coaches in the NBA because of his player development and how he works with talent.
Yes, indeed. And Phil, this is a nugget I got from Jerry Stackhouse, that they didn't really stop him from going to Vandy. That kind of was a red flag for him that some may be up with JB and the staff, because they didn't even stop him from going to Vandy and said, yeah, you can go and go. He said he was shocked there was no pushback. That kind of showed him a little bit of a, like, whoa, this may be something going on here.
Yeah, and that's another key, too, was the development of what Jerry Stackhouse did. I mean, he was the one that greenlighted them signing Bruno Caboclo, because he had worked with them in Toronto, and he had told the front office, like, this kid's is doing really well in Toronto. I would draft him before someone else does, and we miss on that. And a lot of us had asked JB before Stackhouse left, of like, why did you want to let him go? He goes, I don't want my staff to miss out on an opportunity that comes in front of them. And he said that Stackhouse has been wanting to be a head coach for a long time now, but he believes that he'll make his way back into the NBA as a head coach.
Yeah, he's making $3 million at Vanderbilt, so I would say he wouldn't make that in Memphis, probably like $500,000, if that, maybe. So
yeah,
he got him a nice, good raise. But when Stack kind of said they didn't really stop me because I had him on the show, and he said something, I was like, yeah, that kind of. He said, kind of let me know something maybe going on. I need to kind of take this while I can, and I just feel bad for you guys in Memphis as the fans and the media, because you all had a great product on Lionel Hollins. Dave Yeager kind of kept it going, but then, you fire him because he can't get along with the guy. He's looking at other jobs, of course, but maybe he knew something. I think it's maybe proving Yeager right now. If you look at it from a kind of revisionist history kind of point of view, he maybe was right about some things going on in that office there.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting with this new front office change, and I think it's going to start to go in the right direction now. When you have a guy like Jason Wexler, who is totally invested in the city of Memphis and the Grizzlies. And one of the things that a lot of people respect Jason Wexler is he's a very forward-thinking guy. He's a very forward-thinking, what can we do for this franchise in the next 5 years, the next 10 years? But it all starts with the draft lottery coming up. There's a chance you either get the top 4 pick, you get the 8th pick, which will be the worst thing for the Grizzlies, or you get to convey that to Boston. So, and that's where it all starts from there. And then you got to worry about, what do you want to do with Mike Conley? Do you want to trade him? What kind of deal do you want to work out with Jonas Valanciunas? Do you want him to pick up the player option and then renegotiate a new deal for him the following year? So it all starts with the front office has a major decision to make once the draft lottery happens.
I think that maybe you can trade Parsons into somebody's cap space. With the cap going up this year and teams having cap space after that 2016 boom of contracts of bad deals of epic proportion. I feel like you could trade Chandler in somebody's cap space for a draft pick, maybe. Maybe the Hawks take him even, just to get a pick out of the Grizzlies, or you get a pick from the Hawks, whatever you want to do. But
if you can find a way, if you can get someone to take Chandler Parsons, go for it, because I believe they've been trying to do it for the past 3 years, and everyone's hung up the phone.
Yeah, because I just feel like if Mike Conley tweeted out no words, which tells me he ain't too
Yeah.
happy. And he may finally just step up and say, "Get me out of here."
Yeah, and they will gladly do it, and the decision's all on Conley. They will. I see them saying, "Look, what do you want to do? If you want us to send you to a contender, we will do that." Because during the trade deadline, there was no way he was going to Utah. There was no way. I mean, he wants to be put on a legit. No disrespect to Utah, they're a great team, but like, you're not going to see Utah in the NBA Finals in the next 2 to 3 years anytime soon.
No way, no how.
Mike, yeah. So, and Mike said, at his exit interview, someone had said, "What are exactly your goals?" And he said, "I want to win a ring, and whether it's here or if I have to go somewhere else." So, I would not be shocked at all if Mike Conley is traded at around the NBA draft.
I see a good, maybe soft landing, Toronto maybe, or Boston if Kyrie Irving leaves maybe. Because the top four in the West doesn't make sense to me. Golden State, no. Houston, no. Portland, no. OKC, no. Denver, I don't see anything out West that would make sense other than if you want to contend, I would say. Or if Milwaukee wants to do a Bledsoe for Mike Conley trade and Mike Budenholzer's system, maybe. Those are things I see out. I think out East makes more sense out West for Mike Conley right now.
Absolutely, and I can definitely see Boston making a call to try and get him, because he will be a perfect fit in Brad Stevens' offense, and he's one of the best floor generals out there in the NBA right now, and one of the most respected point guards in the NBA. And that kind of knowledge that he has can help revolve around the young talent that Brad Stevens has with the Celtics right now. And with him, another thing right now, I don't think the Grizzlies right now are trying to look to make any big signings this summer due to the Chandler Parsons contract. It all depends. They're all going to be focused on the year after. What are we going to do going after, not the year 2020?
Yeah, because if I was Jason West, I want to trade away the Mike Conley contract so I can get off of Valanciunas if I wanted to, CJ Miles, Bradley, and Parsons the same year, and start pretty much a clean break after next season. Maybe just take it on the chin, let DeLon Wright develop, Caboclo develop, and then say, hey, let's develop this year, whoever we hire, and just say in 2020, let's go forward again, rebuild this thing up the right way around Jaren Jackson going into year 3.
Absolutely, and there's no question going around in the city of Memphis in the front office. Their goal is to build a franchise around Jaren Jackson Jr. But a lot of people believe that Mike Conley is the perfect point guard for Jaren, where he can develop his game around Mike Conley. And no disrespect to DeLon Wright, I mean, DeLon Wright's a great point guard, but he's not ready to fill that role and to help a guy like Jaren Jackson.
Yes, indeed. And Phil, before you go, what is the Grizzlies cap space? I know, like we talked about a little bit about it. I know with Chandler Parsons contract and Valanciunas opting in potentially. I know Miles is opting in as well. Every Bradley can be let go because it's partially guaranteed, but pretty much the Grizzlies have the biannual, mid-level, and that's about it, right?
That's about it right now. I believe I don't see as much as the Grizzlies loved Avery Bradley after the trade deadline, I just don't see them finding a way to keep him around. I mean, in the 7 games that he played with Memphis, I mean, he did an incredible job to where he rejuvenized his career. I mean, because he was not. I mean, the way he was playing with the Clippers was a travesty, and he really rejuvenated his game. So, and another thing, look, you find a way to keep Joakim Noah. He's a solid backup center, and he proved that this year with the Grizzlies. And Jaren Jackson loves playing with a guy like Joakim Noah and loves learning from him. So the cap space right now, you have a lot to decide on this summer with Valanciunas and Conley and Parsons. There's not a lot to work on for this year, but it's the next summer in 2020 where you need to decide where you're going to go with your franchise.
Well, Phil, at least they have you, Phil, Pete, Brevin, and guys. Because you all are constants. Everything else is always in flux. But I know I'm going to see you, Brevin, and Pete there at the Fans Forum every day. Every time I come by, see you guys, man.
Oh, man, it's always good to see you in town, boss man.
Yes, indeed. Phil, hey, man, thank you for your time, my brother. We'll talk again for agency, man, when the Grizz make some moves, and we'll catch up again, buddy. Have a great offseason, man. I'll see you guys real soon, man.
Thanks, Bossman. Talk to you soon.
All right, folks, it's Phil Dean on the Bossman Show.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today. True Speech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it. Get it.
A gorgeous tan from Suntan City gives you an inner glow that relights the fire when you run into your first crush.
Vicky, who was that?
An old boyfriend.
Lucky you just tanned at Suntan City.
Lucky he's single. We're doing lunch tomorrow.
Won't be single for long then.
During Tour of the City, try all 5 tans, including spray tan, for just $4.99. Restrictions may apply. Click to buy now.
When you're a teen, you finally get to make some of your own decisions. Who are you going to hang out with? What do you want to be? Are you going to glance at that text while driving? Remember, a split second is all it takes for something tragic to happen. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by the Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
It's maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer. All the stars are closer.
Tell me what you gonna do to me. Confrontation ain't nothing new to me. You could bring a bullet, bring a sword, bring a morgue, but you can't bring the truth to me.
Alexa, play Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
Okay.
Maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer.
With Amazon Music, a voice is all you need. Get tens of millions of songs. Download the Amazon Music app today.
Yeah, it's your man JC, the host with the most, baby, and it goes down each and every Saturday night right here in the city of Memphis. That's right, y'all. It goes down at Clicks Sports Bar Memphis, baby. 3705 Malco Way, Memphis, Tennessee, 38125. Come out and join us, the Three Kings, each and every Saturday night for the livest karaoke in the city. Everybody gets in free till 10 p.m. Only $5 after. Great food. We got drink specials. We got all kind of games, man. We got the pool tables popping. Whatever you want, we got you, man. Come on out. Have a good time with us each and every Saturday night. That's Clicks Sports Bar, Memphis.